It kind of... Oops, sorry, it continues. Sorry about that. It stopped and continued. That's okay, I'll continue it in 2 parts. This is part 2. So this is my second part to the video, and it cut off after 20 minutes. I apologize. I'm not gonna chop it off, I don't care. So I'm continuing now with the second part, and this is the Basic Instinct filmograph, I guess, of Sharon Stone, nominated for 2 Academy Awards, starring Michael Douglas, detective, and Sharon Stone. And it doesn't tell you all about the movies, this one tells you who's in the movie, and that's it. Written and directed by. Give this 10 on 5. Beautiful actress, beautiful, amazing movie, one of my favorite actresses too. I feel bad when she was in, I think she was in Running Man, with the way she was treated from the bad guy. He was an asshole. Picked up this at a show next to a video game show. I paid this $10. It was originally $50. This is beautiful. It's a little bit damaged, if you could see there, but this is a beautiful book. Give it a 10 on 5. Gorgeous book. You have to see some of the things that are in here. You have like little things that pop out and tells you things about the movie and the cartoon. It's all about Ghostbusters. Little footnotes that they put to make you pretend that it's real. Hold on, I'm gonna show you more. What else? One screen from the cartoons, which I already have, but I have the box set with that's shaped like the firehouse. Here, a picture of Slimer there. Must get, even if you get this used, it came out a pretty while ago, about in 2015. If you even get this used, worth a read. It was amazing to read. I would read it again whenever I have a chance. It was a little bit long, but it was worth it. 10 on 5 I give this. Next, we go to mostly, the rest of this is all horror. That was soft horror, and this is all horror. While I was next to this guy that I picked up his, this book for $10, I picked up this lunchbox full of different things inside. It was pretty cool what was inside. I sold some, I kept some. It was 2000, this came out in 2000. His catalog limited. Love Gun lunchbox. With nothing in it. Just a hair in it. Which who cares? Cat hair. Don't care about that. I'm not gonna clean it. Worth it. Every penny, $30. I'm gonna bring it to my Montreal Horror-Con, and that's gonna be fun to put up. Next, I picked up a little collection that I traded from my friend George from Boulevard du Jouet. I picked up Ghostface from Scream 4 for my Montreal Horror-Con Part 3 in 3D. Can't wait to display this. It ain't gonna be displayed until then. Give this 4 on 5. Comes with a phone, the speaker thing, an extra hand, and the knife that he stabs his victims with. From definitely NECA. I like this line where they look like real people. This line is really cool. I find that it's one of the best line that they ever made. A friend of mine found me this. 2 books of 30 Days of Night, 30 Days Till Death, spreading the disease. Book 1 and 1. This is from IDW Comics. They do a lot of underground horror stuff. I give both of them a 3 on 5. Try to read that, it's a good read. Next, I picked up this beautiful 2-pack of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Hitchhiker Knobs Collector's Set. I hope I'm Nobbins when he was alive, and then when he was dead, and they used him as a puppet, and that was kind of weird to see. I'm not a huge fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like a lot of people love this. I have 4 guys that always come to my show, and one guy dresses as Leatherface, Jason from Friday the 13th, Michael Myers from Halloween, and Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I have the 4 of the iconic slasher monsters. Once in a blue moon, I have guys that dress up as other characters from other slasher movies that are they're not too well known, but you know, people like them. Like, I've never had a guy dress up as Chucky yet. I'm still waiting, and he's at what, his 8th or 10th movie, I would say. I give this box set 5 on 5. No, yeah, 5 on 5. Yeah, no, I'll give it a 4 on a 5. Like I said, I'm not a big fan, but I still like the movies, and I have to rewatch part 2 and 3, even though they're campy. Next, I have, this is a must get. Good Guys, He Wants You for a Best Friend. Chucky. This has so much pieces in there. Oof. Not expensive. 40 bucks, I guess. Like, nah, $32 or something. 3 different heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weapons and 3 hands. And him and Chucky himself, the good guy. This, you cannot go wrong. You get a hammer. You get a bat, a knife, no, a switchblade, a knife, another knife that he made himself, that when you're inside, I guess, in prison, I guess, or maybe it's his arm. Yeah, it's his arm. It's a bloody stump, and he put a knife, a switchblade, not a switchblade, a straight blade, a straight razor, a hunting knife, a butcher knife, and a ruler. When he beats somebody with a ruler, that's pretty cool. This 5 on 5. Next, I go to A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1. A lot of people already have these figures I'm showing. They're beautiful. NECA makes beautiful, beautiful horror figures. If I would collect only horror, I would only go with NECA. I do not like Sideshow. I find that it's ridiculously expensive. If I would have collected just Sideshow, I would have been called PlasticHorror. And I wouldn't be able to afford other things. Just this, just, you know, Sideshow. And Sideshow makes very expensive pieces. Like, I own not one Sideshow. I just don't believe in it. I'm sorry if I'm hurting anybody's feelings. I just find it way, way, way too expensive. And the most cheapest one, I think they start at $250. They go up. Some go for like $900. That's just, I can't put my mind around that. That's like rent for me. This is crazy. The back is beautiful. It comes with two heads, the phone with the tongue sticking out, and a hand, and this hat. Very, very, very cool Freddy. I have to rewatch all the Freddys again. It's been a long time I haven't seen them. Then I'm gonna probably watch all the Jace, all the Friday the 13th, and all the Halloweens. Yes, one by one, and maybe start getting into again Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 5 on 5. Sorry for the glare, but it's kind of hard to. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece. Yeah, very nice. They're making nice sculpt jobs now. It's the best I've ever seen in a long time. Then I have part 2. This one's cool. The Man of Your Dreams is back. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. This one comes with 2 dogs, 2 heads, and a hand. I'm sure of it. Yeah, that's it. And, oh yeah, I forgot, and the head, and the hat. This is beautiful. Those dogs are creepy as shit. Human heads on rock rhinos. They're creepy. And oh yeah, it comes with a part of fire too. You can see it there, that you can put on top of the figure, behind the figure. What can I say? Johnny Depp appeared in the first movie of this. He dies, and it's his first movie. Remember, a lot of actors start out with just horror movies. That's how Jamie Lee Curtis started. Maybe she started. I think she started before. She made one or two more movies before Halloween. I think so. I'm not too sure. I don't know. You know, quote me. Leave me a quote at the bottom. You know, a lot of horror peeps to tell me this. If you don't like my videos because I'm a VHS collector, don't leave me a comment. If I make mistakes, don't leave me a comment. I'm gonna remove you. I don't care. I really don't care if you like me or not. I'm not doing this for you, newcomers. I'm doing it for my peeps that are out there. My 1,600 subscribers. That's all I have. I'm happy with that. Don't make any money off this. Not for the money. It's for the love of collecting. 5 on 5. Last but not least, one of my favorite iconic killers of all, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Love the box itself. NECA did an amazing job. You get, okay, you get Jason himself, an extra head, a bone saw, an axe, his machete, Pamela Voorhees 1930 to 1979 At Rest headstone, an extra hand, a corkscrew, a bloody cleaver, and a bloody knife, the butcher knife. This is worth it for $35, or I don't know how much it is in the States, $32 US or 30. This is worth every penny. This is worth it because these things, if you don't take them out of the pack and you get two, one to keep, one to ever sell in the future, they go up in value. NECA stuff goes up in value. It never decreases. It's very rare it decreases. NECA is my favorite line. I give NECA 1,000 on 1,000, 1,000 on 5. I give NECA stuff. They're amazing. I find sometimes some of the aliens NECA made too heavy on the top, too loose at the bottom, they fall. But you just have to be careful. You could tell right away, even without opening them. When you see the body is a little bit more bulkier than the legs, he's gonna fall. But this one doesn't. The female characters from all of NECA, they don't fall, but the monsters and the creatures, I find some of them do fall. Plasticjunky out. Thank you for watching this long video. One was 20 minutes, the other one's gonna be 11 minutes. So stay tuned for more in a month from now for more finds. And stay plastic, stay horror. If ever you're in the neighborhood on October 21st, no matter where you come from in Canada, or you're in the States, you're visiting, you want to come see my show and say hi to me, come and say hi to me. You'll see me with 5 tables, 5 to 6 tables. And then you can meet my family, and then you can meet all my little horror, faces of horrors that I bring to each show. Stay plastic, stay horror, collect for life, and remember, even if you don't like VHS, it's still worth a watch. Cheers.